chance recently to get a special screening copy of the first movie he has done in over 10 years since Ghosts of Mars in 2000, I think it was late 2000, maybe early 2001.
Yeah, we got to talk about this, though, because, I got to see most of the movie, but the extra special screening copy that I got, like, the last...
You got the gist of the movie, though.
Yeah, but it's like, you can't, the last 10 or 15 minutes of the movie, I couldn't watch because it was jumping around so much.
That's because your players sucked, huh?
Yeah, it's always something to do with my, shit. Yeah. So,
but we ain't going to give the whole movie away.
But regardless, whatever I say about the film is based on the fact I didn't see the last 10 or 15 minutes
I ain't going to give the last 10, 15 minutes of the movie basically gives the big twist away, though, so you don't want to say it anyway.
All right.
So the plot of the movie, it's a little disjointed anyway, because you don't know where the hell this girl came from, and that sort of comes together at the end and explains itself. But this girl, played by Amber Heard, is...
You heard?
I heard you, playa. Is taken to this... it's set in the 60s, and she is taken into this psychiatric ward. Psychotic ward. It's really, it's psychotic. And really, I got the connection that the girls, like, they tried to make it a little bit like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Well, have you ever seen Girl Interrupted?
Yeah,
that's kind of
like
what
too.
It looked like to me, yeah.
Where, like, there's a lot of these girls who, some of them get along, some of them are like, they hate each other. And the character starts getting visions of a dead girl that's stalking her, and I guess as she's daydreaming and stuff like that, it's kind of similar to Nightmare on Elm Street a little bit, wouldn't you say, in that way?
In terms of the visions and stuff, yeah. And the main characters in the film are basically three girls and a doctor that she goes and see, like a psychiatrist that they all go and see. And just like any movie that takes place in a psychiatric ward, the goal that they all have is to get out of there, but it doesn't seem like they ever can. And it feels like to her that she's got to figure out the right thing to say or do to get out of there. And because she really believes that there's some sort of like plot to do something to them, or something's going to happen to them, and eventually stuff does start happening. It's kind of weird around the ward.
Yeah, they get picked off one by one, and there is a big twist ending at the end, which some people could probably see coming, actually. And the movie has really got shit on since the screener copies have come out, and I think it officially comes out on Blu-ray and DVD later on this month. But oh my God, the hate that this movie, that everybody, I think, pretty much unanimously has.
There's just some people though, man, that do not like endings like that. I don't know what it is, but it's like if it has any kind of M. Night Shyamalan-y kind of twist ending, they'll fucking hate it every time. It doesn't matter like how well it's done.
I mean, I gotta say, I didn't think it was a great movie or even that good of a movie. But like, if you compare it with some of the crap that George Romero or like My Soul to Take or something that Wes Craven came out with, or fucking anything Tobe Hooper's done the last 15 years, it's way, way, way better than that stuff, I thought. I mean, for one thing, it looked like a fucking movie. Okay, it didn't look like something that was, like Survival of the Dead. It looked like it was just made for $15 or something.
Well, here's the thing, though, and I think this has something to do with Dean Cundey, too, is...
Oh, did he do the cinematography?
No, that's what I'm saying, though. It didn't look like what I envision a Carpenter film to look like, and I think that has a lot more to do with that guy than it does.
I don't know, I think it kind of did. I mean, it wasn't the classic Carpenter, but I mean, it still had that beautiful scope style to it, and just, I don't know, it kind of had the flow, the panoramic flow that some of his movies had. I thought it looked like a
I
Carpenter
don't know
movie.
though, man. I didn't think it did. I thought it looked much more like. Honestly, what it reminded me of in the parts of it that I seen was like some sort of Lionsgate direct to DVD style movie. I mean, that's kind of what it put me in mind of. I won't say that I hated the movie, even like the majority of it that I got to see, but it's nothing that I'll remember. And the way that the plot and everything of it has been done a million times. It's not anything.
No, this was. I don't think that Carpenter wrote this. This was something that he was just hired as a director to do. So the plot of the movie is kind of weak, and the the big unveil is kind of stupid because you've seen it done so many times. I mean, I'm not going to give it away, but it's just been done a lot of times and a lot more better than it was done in this. I think the strongest point of it, I got to disagree, like fucking Charles Krauthammer on Fox News.
Charles Krauthammer?
That's a fucker's name.
Yes.
He looks like a fucking turtle. I thought the cinematography looked awesome on it. I thought that was the big thing, that it actually looked like a... because, man, we didn't watch the official release of it, the final release. I bet when this thing comes out on Blu-ray, it'll just pop off the screen. I just thought it looked really good. And I liked the fact that it was set in the 60s, too. It was a little different.
There were scenes in it where I thought, this could be a better film than anything like a direct DVD. Like there's scenes where they break out dancing, and it's like the movie's shot in the 60s, so the dancing that they're doing is very reminiscent of that time period, but it had a look to it that's very almost generic. The way that the actors looked, the people that they chose to portray those roles, and the way it was shot and everything.
I remember the girl from that was in the Friday the 13th remake. I think her name was Danielle something.
Hannah Baker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, her look was really generic. Like, the hairstyle and stuff looked like one of the fucking, like, groupies for the Temptations or something.
Yeah. And everybody's crazy. I get it and everything. And everybody's kind of, like, stereotypically got certain things wrong with them. And it's very, I don't know, it's all contrived and it's all been done. Like, I mean, you go and look at a movie like Session 9 or something like that, where it's kind of a similar premise in the fact it takes place at a ward like that, and it's a similar type of film. The atmosphere in a movie like that is so much more eerie and dreadful and things like that. And then you look at this movie and you're just like, there's not a lot of tension there. There's not a lot of suspense, and there's not.
Talking about the classic directors though, how do you think that I mean, compares the Ward compares to like the recent Romero movies?
Well, it's better. Of course, it's better. There's not anything I can think of that's less. That would be less good as fucking or worse than Survival of the Dead. There's no way. I mean, that movie was like the bottom of the fucking barrel to me. No matter what anybody says to me about that, no matter how much anybody tries to convince me of the merits of that film, that's got to be one of the worst films from a major director that I've seen that I really liked. His past work, that's got to be one of the worst films of that era. And then My Soul Take is like such a mess that you got to enjoy it just for the fact of how horrible it is. And then this is more like it's just there. It'll come and go like a fart in the wind, and nobody will fucking have anything to say about it.
I didn't think it was an embarrassment though, like the stuff Romero's been doing. Like, it's not anything.
No, it's not. It's just, it's not embarrassing and it's not great. It's just a film.
It's probably not something that, if I was Carpenter, that I would be like, want to be my big comeback movie. I mean, who knows? This could be it. This could be the only thing he did. Maybe the producers paid him some ungodly amount of money so it would be his movie.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
I can't imagine that he thought this was the movie he would go out on. You know what I mean? That this would be like his final foray, and this would be the film he'd be happy to say he ended his career on. It just seems like something he's done in the meantime.
Yeah.
Like in between, like just to make some money or something.
I gotta say though, like, I've seen way worse movies than this. I don't think it really deserves all the hate that I've been seeing on it. Look, I mean, it's not great. I'm not going to say that. I don't even think it was that good. But goddamn, find something else to bitch about, because I don't think this is one of them that really deserved it that much.
And by the way, I do know what, I mean, you've told me what the twist is and everything. It's not that I don't know what the ending is. It's just I did not get to see the exact ending. So even though I know what it is, I mean, it's not going to blow anybody's skirt up. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
But as far as reviewers and stuff, I've seen some lukewarm reviews of it. I've seen some horrible reviews of it. I don't think I've ever seen anybody yet that's just been like, oh my God, this is fucking killer.
I gotta say it though, I'll buy it on Blu-ray. I really will, because I'm a fan of Carpenter, and I guess I just had such low expectations with this going into it. The Carpenter still has something there, I think. I mean, he might not be able to make the movies like he made in the late 70s, early 80s. But I don't think the guy's completely lost it like a lot of these guys have.
Well, there's a scene in it where I thought it was very vintage, old school kind of Carpenter that made it like really memorable. Where like one of the very first death scenes is the patients gets I don't know what that is exactly, like a spike.
Spinal Tap.
No, like a spike driven into their eye, like a lobotomy kind of
yeah.
thing. And the way he sets that shot up is really, really cool, because it's got like, you see the person being wheeled in and they're strapped down, and then like it focuses on the spike thing they're going to use and stays on that for a long time, and then the lighting is really, really cool to where it is. And it stays on it for a beat longer than it should have, so you're like really anticipating it, and then it's like driven in there, and he doesn't really show anything, but the way it's shot is very painful to watch, you know what I mean? Like there's no gore or blood or anything like that, and there's some of that stuff scattered in through there, but there's just not. It's not enough. It's not an interesting enough movie to be where people are going to be like, "Wow, this." I can completely see this is the guy that made Halloween, The Thing, Escape from New York.
Yeah, I almost guarantee though that there's going to be a decent sized portion of people out there that'll enjoy this movie for what it is, and I'm not going to completely put it over, but I just think that it's getting an unfair backlash out there. I don't really even know why, because I've seen, you see some of these movies that come out that are just, to me, I mean, I liked the Hobo with a Shotgun, but I thought that people made that out to be way better than it really was.
Well, that's another movie I need to watch on an actual, release before I say anything about it. I need to watch, before I really give a real opinion about the war, just like with Hobo the Shotgun, I need to see a version of it that's an actual version.
A final version.
You know what I mean?
Not the pre-release screeners that we get in.
Right. Yeah, those pre-release screeners.
So, that's The Ward. I think that comes out later on this. I think so. The Blu-ray and the DVD, but we'll let you know on that for sure.